Hi, everybody. Meteorologist Joe Cioffi. Here we are. Weather in 5 days and 5 minutes. We made it to the end of the week. It is Valentine's Day. And we've got some cold air that's come in. But more importantly, we have dry air that's coming in. Interesting statistic in the areas from eastern Pennsylvania to southern New England. Every day this month so far, we haven't gone a 24-hour period without at least a drop of rain. It has been a very busy and active couple of weeks, but at least with the arrival of this cold, dry air, we are going to have no rain or snow for that matter, but not that snow was ever really a risk here, the way things have gone this winter. No rain or snow in the forecast for the vast majority of the Northeast and Northern Mid-Atlantic states right through this coming weekend. Cold temperatures this morning were down near or below the freezing mark in and around coastal areas. You move up into parts of upstate New York and New England, it's in the single digits to even below zero. Maryland down into Virginia, it's mostly in the low 30s. And then you start to head up to the Midwest, and this is where you see the core of the cold air. You start to get into the single digits. The single digits below zero and even double-digit readings below zero that are showing up in parts of Wisconsin. So this is a quick shot of cold, dry air. It comes in and it will go out, and by the time we get to Sunday, temperatures will be rebounding. Here's our satellite loop this morning. Really not much to speak of as far as precipitation is concerned. Just still kind of on the edge of clouds here along the coast. There's some precip down in the southeastern part of the United States. It is fairly dry as you go out to the west. A little bit of action coming into the Pacific Northwest, and that's just about it. Radar this morning showing the last of some showers along the southeast coast down into northern Florida. Otherwise, as we look across the Northeast, yeah, there's a little bit of lake effect going on in some places and some mountain effect down in parts of West Virginia. And really, that's all there is. So it's all about getting the cold air in and then getting the cold air to move out. And we're seeing a rebound that is going to occur. But before we get to that rebound, we have to get through today, where temperatures really are probably not going to do much of anything, holding mostly upper 20s to low, maybe even mid 30s. And then when we get to Saturday morning, this is for many areas is going to wind up being the coldest night of the winter season, certainly the coldest night of this month and the coldest night of perhaps the winter season. Lows will be down in the single digits and lower teens for much of southern New England down into south central and southeastern Pennsylvania, and then teens to near 20 as you get into Maryland, and even teens and low 20s down into Virginia. And of course, throughout upstate New York, we're looking at double-digit below zero readings north of I-90 up in the Adirondacks. Remember, this area has a fairly deep snow cover, so this actually helps to get those temperatures even lower, and even seeing some minus 20, minus 29 up in northern Maine, and minus 31 up in northwestern Maine. So it is definitely cold air. It will also definitely move out. And as far as the next 5 days are concerned, really not too much happening here. We'll have this high build-in overhead tonight. The core of the cold air moves out tomorrow. We should have a good deal of sunshine tomorrow as temperatures climb back up into the 30s. Then on Sunday, with the high well offshore and a west-southwest wind, I think we should move up into the middle and upper 40s in most places. There is another cold front that is coming through with a weaker cold high behind it, but that front doesn't really have a whole lot with it. It's just going to come on through and it'll be done. In the meantime, more snow up in the northern Rockies from Colorado through the Pacific Northwest as another weather system starts to take shape. And we will be dry on Monday as well. So the President's Day holiday weekend looks good. We'll be into the 40s on Monday with that colder high to the north, the new high, but that high not as cold as the one that we're getting now. And then here comes the next low that runs up the west side of the Appalachians, up into the lakes. Looks like our next chance of showers here will come on Tuesday into Tuesday night. And then a shot of cold air comes in behind it for the second part of next week. Looks like that front's going to try and stall along the southeast coast, and maybe, just maybe, it'll be cold enough for a little bit of snow in the Carolinas and Southern Virginia out of this, but we don't see anything as far as a low developing and coming up the East Coast. So, except for Tuesday, into Tuesday night, early Wednesday, looks like next week will be mostly a dry and relatively uneventful week for the northern mid Atlantic states and on up into southern New England. Don't see any change in the overall pattern that we have been in. There's nothing that I see that really indicates any kind of major pattern change that is coming. So for snow lovers, you really are running out of time. The forecast, the 16-day forecast period now takes us into March 1st. And of course, at that point, we start to see average temperatures begin to rise on a rapid rate. So, you know what? Enjoy the fact that we're not going to see any precipitation this weekend. It's the President's Day holiday weekend. If you're a skier and you're heading up to ski country in upstate New York and in northern New England, you're going to have great conditions, plenty of snow on the ground, and temperatures outside of the cold temperatures tonight. They will become a bit more reasonable as we go through the weekend. So enjoy yourselves, folks. Have a great Friday. Have a great holiday weekend. We'll be around posting maybe a little bit less with the weather being on the quiet side. And we'll have our Joe and Joe Sunday morning Joe and Joe weather show, coffee with both of us at 11 a.m. Eastern time on Sunday. Just going to take the next couple of days and take it a little bit slow, a bit of a break. Have a great day, everybody.